Hello everyone, welcome back to another video in Channel Child More. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to Channel Child More. Please remember to keep your comments decent, not offensive, and let's get into the video. So this is not really much of a news story that you actually would hear all the time, but you know, anything can happen. So, a kid who is 6 years old decides to shoot their teacher. And with what? Well, you see, I have no idea. I have no idea. But my guess, this kid had an easy access to a gun when he shouldn't have had. Now, I'm sure that his classmates, or his or her classmates, were actually terrified that there was a little kid that was, a little 6-year-old, just shooting their, teacher. I'd be honest, I'd be shocked too. If I ever found out that I was going to die early, that stuff, I would be scared too. So, it's, whatever, nobody even knows what goes on behind the scenes. Alright? Nobody even knows what was wrong with this kid. What was the kid's motive for shooting his or her teacher? I don't know. The details, I'm sure they haven't been confirmed by news sources and that stuff. But, just as I want to, I will make another video clarifying the details so that I can actually get the facts out on why this whole thing happened. I hate to think that the kid might be so mentally unstable, maybe came from an abusive family or something, or maybe the parent told the kid that, when you get to school, you can do whatever you want. That stuff. We're in the United States. We can do whatever we want here. Yeah, and maybe the kid thought that, oh, Mommy and Daddy said I can do whatever I want, and that stuff, So, that said, we can just do whatever we want because we're in America. Oh, wait, no. No. I think, yeah, we can do whatever we want. But when it comes to crimes and that stuff, we have to take responsibility for our actions. It's we don't have a choice, It's not like you have a choice. If you get caught by the law and you are arrested, it's one thing that you actually get found guilty in court and that stuff. Alright? The courts are the ones that decide on whether you are guilty or not guilty. And if the only time you're found not guilty of a crime is when the courts just find lack of evidence. And don't even think that you, for 1 second, get off like scot-free. Just because you did something. It doesn't mean that the courts are going to let you off scot-free. It means not guilty just simply means they need more time to find out on, what really happened. So, yeah, anyway, I don't know what this kid real intention for shooting his or her teacher was. Alright? I can't tell you exactly what they are. I can't write in this video. But I'm sure that the kid just had like some real behavior problems. Or maybe there's something wrong with the kid. Or maybe the parents were just, bad parents. Maybe they were just, maybe they just didn't even care about what the kid was doing. That stuff. And maybe when they heard about the kid just shooting his or her own teacher, they were probably like, nah, that's not a problem. That stuff. Maybe because you raised the kid to be a brat in the first place. So, yeah, no wonder you wouldn't give a care. But, I'm just gonna say like this is maybe just, I don't know. Maybe you just didn't want to do parenting anyway. If you didn't want to do that, why did you have a kid in the first place? Alright. I mean, that part should be obvious right there. I mean, obviously, if your kid's going to be taken to juvie or a group home, Department for Corrections, then obviously you're probably just going to just say that, well, probably you would give the excuse that, nah, there's nothing wrong with my child. Nothing. And if that's the attitude that you want to have, then, that's fine by me. I mean, it's not my child. If let's say for example, if I had a kid and my kid just picked up like an AR-15 or whatever and that stuff, I would have to be, responsible. You know why? Because first of all, it's my kid, and whatever that my child does is my responsibility. So yeah, you know, the thought of, I don't like to, personally, I would not go out and commit like any type of mass shooting because, first of all, my heart's in the place where I don't want to be, I don't want to go out and just, shoot people to death. That would get me in jail. That would make me sit in there for murder. I'd be charged for murder. All right? All right? All right? Now, when it is, if it's my child that is shooting, like a teacher or a staff or whatever, all right, I'd have to be responsible. Me and my own wife. If I ever ended up having a child, which I don't even want to have a child anyway, so, because number one, I don't want to be having babies, and, babies are a big responsibility, so, I don't want to, ever have one, so I almost at this point, I almost just have nothing to worry about, But guns are not toys. And later, you're going to figure out in life that guns are used for, like, now if I said those, maybe, I don't know if I said these already, but you know what? I'm just going to say it anyway. But guns are not toys. Guns are not toys. All right? They're used for two purposes, military and hunting. All right? Those are the only times that you use guns. Self-defense, if you ever had to do that. But that's pretty much it. But, it is what it is, All right? There are some things that you can do, and then there's some things that you can't do. All right? Now, I don't know how people in reality just won't ever understand this, but, you think that, what, you're in the United States and you can do whatever you want? That stuff, because if that's your thoughts on what America is, then you're clearly mistaken. Because I can tell you, I can just tell you right there, you're dead wrong if you think that you can just get away with anything. All right? Because truth is, nobody is above the law. And it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're a minor under the edge of going to jail or anything. Alright? It's not like anybody's off the hook, you know? Just because you're a child, it doesn't mean that you get off like scot-free. Alright? It's either you go to juvie and you get your behavior fixed, or you learn the hard way. Because eventually what's going to happen, bro, or whoever you are, you're going to grow up and you're going to learn that, hey, you want to be, you want to act like I learned nothing attitude. You want to have that kind of attitude, and you know, that's fine with me. You can be like, and you can be just like a real idiot and just ruin the rest of your future. In fact, you might just go back to then you might not be able to go back to school. You might, because, you know, maybe you're just, you know, maybe you're just so mentally retarded. I don't know what's going on with your head. You're the 6-year-old. You're the one who shot your teacher, so yeah, I feel sorry for the whoever your parents are, because at this point, it's almost like you're just not going to be able to have a future ahead of you. It's going to be a rotten future ahead of you right there. You pretty much just ruined it for yourself. So, you know, I would just simply consider you either fix your behavior and just, you know, make your life better than it is now, or, you know, you keep going down this hole that you're digging for yourself, and then, you know, you're just not going to ever be happy in your life ever. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Like I said here, please comment, like, subscribe to the channel, Charles Morse. Again, and please remember to keep the comments decent, non-offensive. And until my next video, this is Charles Morse. You know, I could probably just say this kid's gonna have a rotten future ahead of him. This is Charles Morse. Have a good day. I will see you on my next video.